everybody, it's Lynn from Watch of Yokai here with the first of several Yokai Watch 2 tips and tricks videos. As you can see, right now I'm playing Fleshy Souls version. I also have Bony Spirits. I'll be talking about the differences between Fleshy Souls and Bony Spirits in an upcoming video. For right now, I wanted to share with you some tips and tricks that will come in handy when you first start the game within maybe the first hour of gameplay. So the first thing you'll want to know is those of you who bought the digital download version of Bony Spirits or Fleshy Souls will have access to the special yokai Robo Nyan F if you bought the digital version of Bony Spirits, or Sailor Nyan if you bought the Fleshy Souls digital download. Many of us who bought the digital downloads on the Nintendo eShop noticed that we didn't get the codes for these two characters when we initially bought the game in our receipts. Recently, if you did buy a digital download and didn't get your code on the receipt, you should have received an email, the email associated with your eShop account. Go find that email in your inbox and it should say to reply to them to get your code. I got that email for my Sailor Nyan code. I replied and a day later they sent me my code and I already input it in my game and got my Sailor Bell. So when you finally get your code for Robo Nyan F or Sailor Nyan, you're going to go to the Lambert post office. And you're going to go to this lady right here, all the way at the end. You're going to talk to her. And you're going to pick that first button that says Input Download Code. Make sure you have your internet set up on your 3DS. And you're going to put your code here. Now, if you have any O or 0 digits in your download code, all of the ones that look like O are actually zeros. So in your code, if you have an O or a 0 looking character, it's most likely 0. And so you put it in here. The code should fill up all of those slots. It will ask you if you want to download the item. You should say yes and go through that process. And when that's all done, it will tell you that you need to talk to her one more time. And go down to here to receive limited item, and then when you click that button, then you'll actually get your bell and it will go into your inventory pack. You don't need to do anything with your bell for Robo Nyan F or Sailor Nyan, you just need to keep it with you and it will be in your inventory. Let's see where it is. And there's mine right here. So once you have your bell in your pack, you can now go find Robo Nyan F in Bony Spirits and Sailor Nyan in Fleshy Souls. Robo Nyan F is in the second floor of the Springdale Elementary School building, and Sailor Nyan is on floor 3 of the same building. So because of where I am at right now in the storyline, I can't get into the school right now. So maybe next time we will do a special video where I will try to catch and befriend Sailor Nyan. Which brings me to my next point. If you're ever at a point in the storyline and you don't know what to do, you can go to your quest log right here. And you see these here with the key mark next to them? Those are your key quests in the storyline. You need to complete each of these 3 in order to move on to the next phase of the main storyline. And if you're not sure what to do, you can pick on one of these. And it'll ask you if you want to turn on the navigational arrows. And I already have one turned on right here for the Gates of Whimsy quest. And that will put an arrow on your map. If you look at the smaller screen on the left, there's an arrow in the bottom right corner of that screen. It's pointing me where to go next. Later on in the game, it will possibly be pointing to the Mirapo Warp Mirrors or the train station. And I will explain how to deal with that situation in the next video. Next, we're going to go into the Piggleston Bank, and I'm going to show you a neat trick with QR codes. Back in January, I posted an essential QR codes and passwords article for Yokai Watch 2. We're going to have a link to that article down in the description, so go ahead and click on that because, as it turns out, many of the Japanese QR codes work in the new English version as well. First, we're going to unlock the Fruit Nyan team, and to do that, as I said, we go to Piggleston Bank. And we talk to this teller right here. Click Read QR Code. And we have the item that will unlock Watermelon Nyan. So we're going to do that for all of the 6 fruit Nyans. Each of those fruit Nyan will be available in Harrisville, one of the new maps that you will eventually get to as you go along in the story. And they will all 6 be in a classroom in the old schoolhouse in Harrisville. We can also unlock Dark Nyan and Jet Nyan. Unfortunately, Hover Nyan's Japanese promotional QR code does not work, but the movie's coming out real soon, and I'm sure that QR code will end up online very soon. We'll also post it for you on our Twitter. We also have 6 robot versions of some of our favorite yokai, and we can get those as well. Let's get Robo Draggy. There we go. And as I said before, all you need to do is have these in your pack, and you just keep them with you. You don't have to really do anything. Each of these robot yokai, you'll be able to find them on certain train platforms. When you finally get to the part in the game where you're riding the train, you'll get off on certain stops, and if you walk all the way to the end of the train platform, you're going to find those Robo Yo-kai there. Next, we have each of Jibanyan's 3 special Soultimate moves. There we go, we got Nyan Scroll. And now this is going to tell us how to use them. You go to your yokai when you are organizing your team. You click on Jibanyan, and down there's a button that says Soultimate. You're going to click there. And it will bring up a list of the 3 other Soultimates after you've scanned these QR codes, and you can pick one of those. And lastly, we have several excitement coins that we can scan, and those also work. And those are going to be used to get some extra rare special yokai. I'm going to wait and let you see those for yourself when you use them on the Crank-a-kai. So don't forget to click down in the description and get that link to all these QR codes. With all of these, like the Robo Yo-kai and the Fruit Yokai, you'll only be able to encounter them once per day, but if you really want them sooner, you can save right before you encounter them, and you can keep trying by restarting your game from your save point if they don't become your friend that time. Another helpful tip to know is that almost all of the Nyan yokai, with the exception of a couple who like fish, now all of these yokai like choco bars. So Sailor Nyan and all these fruit Nyan, you'll want to stock up on choco bars. And the last little tip I want to show you for today is something new to Yokai Watch 2. You're going to be able to see a lot of new secret little areas that you were not able to access before by climbing on walls. Sometimes you'll see these little footprints on the walls like this with a cinder block underneath. You could just hop up here and off you go. And there's many, many, many of these around most of the maps. And sometimes if you follow them, you'll get to an area that will have a that apparently didn't work. So this guy just yelled at us, I think if we come back at nighttime and walk on this wall, he won't be awake to scare us off the wall, maybe? So then we can get to that area over there. And there might be a treasure box hidden back there for us to get. And actually, look forward for Yokai Watch 3 to come out in English, because in addition to walking on walls, you can also climb up onto the roofs of some buildings. That's a new thing in Yokai Watch 3. So let's all tweet out and ask Nintendo for Yokai Watch 3 to come out in English real soon. Do we have that? We need the hashtag localize Yokai Watch 3. So that guy that scared us out of the window reminded me that there's a lot of things. If you're having trouble getting to a certain area or finding a certain yokai or doing a certain thing, you can try it again at nighttime. Sometimes the situation's different. For example, downtown, there's Frostina's club. It's called Yuki Onna in the Japanese version. And you can buy snack chips there. Chips and popcorn, because some of the yokai like snacks now. But you have to go there at night when the club is open, and you can buy them from the matron there. And that is all I have for you today, but there's many, many more tips to give you, especially when I unlock the ability to trade with other games. So look out for our very next tips and tricks video, which should just come up in a couple days here. If you're stuck in the game, do not worry, just go to the Hangout, ask your question, and someone will help you as soon as possible. I hope you're all enjoying Yokai Watch 2. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.